Night, good evening, depending on what time you happen to be watching this. Welcome to another episode of House of Stars. I'm your girl Star, and today we're doing a video which is celebrity psychic readings, and as you can see, it's a relationship edition. So, if you can see by the title, I am talking about Rob and Chyna again. I think this has to be the least, if I'm not mistaken, you guys let me know. I think it's been at least the third or fourth time I've talked about them, like since they've become a couple, which is very strange. But of course, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we all seen that there was like allegedly Black China got hacked, and Rob was boo-hooing online that she left him and all this just jazz. And so I thought, maybe I should tap into that to actually see exactly what went on when it came to that situation. And if what we see is true facts. The next thing I'm going to tap into is Tiny&TI, which I am so heartbroken over this, but it was bound to happen. To be honest, it's like, from what I see, and I haven't really tapped into the relationship before, it's like Tiny was really the person that held that ship together. Like, she's the one that held that relationship as long as it has. I'm not saying that T.I. doesn't love her, because I believe, like, the kind of woman she is and what she's done for him, I couldn't see how he could not love her, because she's just so down for his cause. But I don't know, that's like one of the most devastating breakups. Well, actually not, next to Brangelina. There's a lot, but this one is like one of them that I'm like kind of hurt by. But hey, let's see exactly what's going on with him, and hence why she decided to divorce him in the first place. And then, of course, finally, last but not least, we're going to talk about Toronto's very own Drake and his relationship with J.lo. So yes, if you want to see a reading on all these people, stay tuned. Hold on, I have my candles here. I ain't trying to get burnt, because man, I've been getting burnt a lot lately with wax. I'm not thinking properly. My brain's a little bit slow, so yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is to open the reading and to tap into it, is that I need to connect with my guys, as everyone knows. So let's say a little prayer. Okay, let's start with Rob and Chyna. It's hard to get a good, clear picture of them, so I got this one. It's not like you can see it, because I can't really edit it properly to show you what I'm seeing. But okay, one thing I can give Chyna is that I think overall, when it comes to Chyna, I do believe she is a person that, regardless of who you are, if she's somebody that takes you in her close circle, she is loyal to you. You know what I mean? So just to like dampen the doubts of her using Rob, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say that this relationship was not totally based on some ulterior motives. Of course, as we know that, her baby daddy ended up with Kylie, and that whole situation, how that went down for her, and the heartbreak and the shame she had to go through that. She, at the end of the day, even though she's a celebrity, she is human. Keep in mind that she obviously will take that opportunity to try to get some vengeance in the situation, okay? And now, keep in mind, I always say this to people. Like, I'm a person that I'm not necessarily a gold digger. But at the same time, when I say not necessarily, like, I'm not a gold digger. But at the same time, you want to be with somebody where you can actually align the goals and where you're going and where you want to be in life together. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to aim to be up in the, I don't know, in the Hilton, you can't be with somebody that, a person that wants to stay in the Holiday Inn is not going to really understand that. You know what I mean? So at the same time, does she see a little bit of a benefit and an advancement in her life? Yes, but a lot of women do that, or a lot of women have done that in the past. Do I think she's actually using him? No. Do I really believe she actually cares about him? Yes. I feel like she genuinely cares about him on a very human and friend. Not it's like it's more on an unconditional level and also on the relationship level. You got to keep in mind that everyone's making Rob out to see like he's such an innocent person, but Rob has a lot of emotional issues, and because Rob is very insecure being in this relationship, and it doesn't necessarily mean being in a relationship with Chyna alone. I mean, in general, I think right now where he is in life, he is insecure about being in a relationship with somebody, is that sometimes he kind of throws things at people to push them to their limits to see if they're going to stay. You got to keep in mind that when people have gone through a lot of trauma where they felt like people have walked out on them, or they felt like people have given up on them in a sense, it's like they always have that thought, no matter what and how many times you tell them that you care for them, you love them, and that you'll be there for them, that you're going to eventually turn around and walk out on them. So I feel like sometimes it's like Rob does things to push her limits, to push her away. Now, what I do feel at the same time, they do have a relationship that is a bit tumultuous. But I'm not going to lie that I don't think they monopolize on it either. You know what I mean? At the same time, I do feel like I feel like this relationship is being micromanaged by Kris Jenner. And at the same time, it's like they're profiting off of whatever it is that's going on in their life. So sometimes you got to keep in mind that some of the things that are happening, if it's like if it was a simple situation that a cup fell on the floor, they're going to stage it as the cup fell on the floor and it was filled with milk. You get what I'm saying? So meaning it's like things are obviously amplified and shown in a different way to obviously appeal to publicity, because at the end of the day, people have to live, and this is how they're choosing to live their life, is to profit off of the relationship. I do honestly feel, I'm getting the sense like I think there's going to be a wedding. Even though I'm not exactly sure if they're going to last, I really do feel like there's going to be a wedding. I feel like they genuinely do care about each other. But again, I get the sense that Rob needs to get past his insecurities. I know he's an insecure person, but I feel like sometimes for show it's kind of been like extremed, but he needs to be like work on his self-esteem as a person. And I don't think it's necessarily the weight. The weight is one thing, but there's a lot of things that he's gone through that has caused him to be the way that he is. But overall, when I see when it comes to Chyna, I feel like Chyna is in a good place right now. Regardless of the drama that she does go through with Rob, she feels finally balanced in life. She feels like things are starting to work for her. She's starting to get the recognition she wants. And she's starting to make stronger business moves and has better business plans that are coming up for her. Keep in mind as well, when it comes to Blac Chyna, you have to understand that no matter what, she is a grinder. You know what I mean? And she has been through a lot, and there's a lot of things that she's gone through. And I feel like, at times when she threw shots online in the past, there's a lot of this woman's had to swallow. You know what I mean? So when it comes to her, it's just like in the whole situation, she's going to always think about herself and her children, regardless of the outcome of what may happen. But overall, with their relationship, I feel like they're still going to have their problems. I get the sense that they are going to go through some kind of counseling, things like that, to talk over their differences. But most of all, I feel right now, like both parties know, like they have a hard time. They don't know if they know that they really have to make it together, because there's not much option for them out there at this moment. And I'm not saying that no one will date them, but it's more or less one of those things like, let's stick it out together because we've already established something together. When it comes to the hacking, that was totally staged. That was totally staged. Like, I feel like all that stuff was made up and staged. And it was so obvious. We already know that the premiere of their second season was coming out. But I feel like the whole situation was completely staged. You know what I mean? And that's something I feel like was constructed by their management, or, Kris Jenner, whoever their management is, or who is instructed. Again, it goes back to what I say. These are people that are profit off of drama in their life. So at the end of the day, even as real people, that we may not exactly appreciate that people do that, keep in mind this is their career. This is a part of the career, and this is the choices that they've made in order to succeed. I don't know why I see an argument with Kylie coming up when it comes to Rob and Kylie. Like, there's going to be some argument that's going to be going on there. But I also see a truce that's going to happen between a public truce at that is going to happen between Tyga and Chyna, because I do feel like they do get along for the most part for their child, but there's still like a sense of friction that's there, that's causing it's like, when you can cut the tension with the, like in the air, it's like a little bit weird, but at the same time I feel like there's gonna come a point where there is like gonna be like a real public apology that's gonna be displayed. But I do feel like when it comes to Rob is in this relationship, and when it comes to, even though Rob like does come at her, I know he understands where she's coming from. Hence why, regardless of what's going on, is why he's sticking it through with her. You know what I mean? You got to keep in mind that even though Rob is a Kardashian and whatever the case may be, like if he's not down for something, he'll pull the plug and go back into hiding at any given moment. So that's what I do see with Rob and Chyna when it comes to a relationship. Now I'm going to go into Tiny&Ti. Like already I'm starting to like feel Tiny's pain. It's just crazy. Okay, let's see. The first emotion I get from Tiny is abandonment, feeling alone, feeling not appreciated. You know what I mean? I feel like when it comes to the relationship, it's like I feel like T.I. can be really controlling. Keep in mind that I feel like Tiny does make him control her in a sense where it's that she loves him and she wants to give him the position of being the man. You know what I mean? So it's not like she's like one of those people like she's weak and she's dumb. It's just that she likes to make her man feel like the man. But I feel like there's been a lot that's been going on over the years, that even though it looks like T.I. is really active with the family, is that I do see that he has left her alone to kind of take care of things himself. Not to mention, I'm seeing this woman, another woman, and I'm seeing a child. I don't know if it's like the children are his, or he has a child with another woman, or he's with a woman or had a relationship with a woman that has kids. But I do feel like a part of the relationship problem stems from a woman, along many things. You know what I mean? I think over this time in a relationship, there's been a lot of things that Tiny's had to accept, whether it be infidelity or things like that. There's a lot of things about his relationship together that he had to accept. And the hard thing about it is that regardless of what, she's always been left to deal with it alone. You know what I mean? I feel like Tia does love her, but it's like there is a genuine love there, but almost it's like his love is like an appreciation love. It's like, okay, so you're down for me, and that's why I love you. You know what I'm saying? And at times it's like, you know what, when you do that, it's like that only holds up a relationship for so long before the person just realizes, it's like, you know what, if it wasn't for the shit I do for you, you probably really wouldn't give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? And it starts to translate into that. But I do feel that. I also feel like there's another male. I don't know if it's Floyd Mayweather people, but I just feel like there's another male that's kind of been giving her attention. I'm not feeling like it's something that is like sexual. I'm getting the sense that it's something platonic. But whoever this person is has built back up her spirit. Because, being with him for so long, you kind of lose touch of like being out there. You know what I mean? So it's like this person has built back up her spirit and is given the strength to realize that he doesn't need to be around. I also do feel the sense that there's either alcohol or substance abuse that's going on with T.I. As well, that is causing some issue in the relationship. So I just feel like she's just been going through a whole lot. And the breaking point is when she had the youngest child, which is Eris. When she had the youngest child. I feel like she wanted to leave even before then, but I think she got pregnant and then she tried to work it out, and she just realizes, like, you know what, like, nah, this baby, I feel like it's like a breath of fresh air for her. Like, it really taught her how to be a mother again. Not only teach her how to be a mother again, but how vital and important it is as a mother to not be depressed or down around your children, because you don't want to inflict that energy onto them. So she just got to that place where she's kind of tired of living in the same emotion. And the thing is, what people don't realize is that, in relationships, you can only live a lie or live for so long until you just finally get tired of it. So that's why I feel like what's been happening in the relationship. I also hear something with money as well. I don't know if it's like he was taking money or something, but I'm hearing something that has to do with money as well, that it's kind of broken this relationship apart or having issues with it. But overall, I feel like Ti's gonna make it hard for her to actually divorce him, and he's gonna still go hold on. You know what I mean? That's something that I do see as well. It's gonna be kind of difficult for them. This divorce. I also do see as well as I get the sense that you know I think a show is going to come out of it too. I think she's going to get another show again. I'm getting that sense. Maybe another show. I don't think Ti was in the last show with her. I don't know. I don't have VH1. I'm in Canada, but I know that she's going to get another show transpiring out of this. You know what I mean? And I also do see her working on some music as well. So this divorce is honestly going to catapult her to focus on other things. I feel she's a person that she is so strong to the point that she makes herself weak. You know what I mean? And now it's time for her to finally, move on and find happiness. But I just feel like once she leaves him, you're going to start to see T.I. go down into the hole, man. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. To people, it may seem like he's in the hole already because you don't really hear anything from him. But people don't realize that's how the industry works. It just shifts. You know what I mean? And then one day you're that nigga, the next day you're not. They're always it's like fuck. What am I trying to say? Conveyor belt. You know what I mean? It's out with the in with the new and out with the old. You know what I mean? So, overall, I feel with T.I., I feel like he's definitely really hurt about it. But he knows he's at a place that he's at no return with it. He just knows, there's nothing that he can do because she is so done. I feel like he's talked his way out of so many things with her, and he just knows, every time there's a problem, he knows his time was the clock was ticking. You know what I mean? So I just wish this couple the best, because, and I do feel, I give it up to Tiny, because I really feel like she really, for the long haul, really try to make it work with him. And I don't feel like she's a person that's really into divorcing or anything like that. So I really do give it to her for holding on as strong as she has. So that's what I do see for Tiny and T.I. So let me move on to Drake and J.Lo. I've never really tapped into J.Lo hardcore, but okay, don't hate me. I can respect that J.Lo has made an amazing name for herself. I feel like she's very much a businesswoman. I feel like she's a person in most time of her career has effectively, strongly, and intelligently monopolized the business to her favor. But I do feel like J.Lo is somewhat of an opportunist. J.Lo is a person that she always is going to do what it takes to be relevant. You know what I mean? When J.Lo first came out, you notice that when she was more gearing towards the urban scene, she was dating Puffy. When she wanted to get into doing movies and be recognized in the whole film industry, she started dating, what's the guy's name? Ben Affleck. Then when she wanted to get back into her roots and her Latin roots and come back into herself, then she got with Marc Anthony. Now it's the new age, the new day, and this, that, and the third, and it's all about these, there's literally a 5-list top rapper list. You know what I mean? The industry is obviously not as grand scaled as it was before. She's with Drake, where she's at the top of the game. And that's my opinion. I've never really tapped on her to really see if that's how she really is. But from as far as I look at it and the outside glimpse, that's how everything looks to me. Okay. And that's what I've noticed. Okay. So let me just tap into it and actually see that. Because that's when I read on Kanye. I was I see him like this and I see them like this. But hey, maybe I'll see something more about them. I don't know. So let's see. Okay, I'm just getting the how it is with them. It's like I feel like it's like they're very much dating. I don't see so much of a strong relationship as of yet. I'm seeing very much dating, but at the same time, it benefits them both. I feel like like I said about Drake, I feel like Drake is like the king of the knight of cups. He's a romancer. You know what I mean? I feel like he's the kind of person that he wants to romance a woman. He likes to, like, every woman that he dates is like there's a challenge there for him. He always likes to challenge himself and excite himself with getting to some kind of level or getting to some kind of place in a relationship with a woman. And come on, look at Drake. It's like he's like in the same age era as me. He obviously grew up watching J.Lo, and J.Lo was a hot thing. So imagine him now being famous, actually getting the chance to be with J.Lo. It's like fulfilling a young boy's wet dream. You know what I mean? I do feel like actually they're gonna end up working together. That's what I actually do see happening, is that they're gonna work on some things together. When it comes to J.Lo, I feel like J.Lo I still see Mark Anthony in the background somewhere there. She does have children for him, but I do feel like it's almost like he directs her in ways, you know what I mean? But also, I do feel like when it comes to J.Lo, J.Lo's kind of like open and downward for whatever that can happen right now. You know what I mean? I also still feel like Casper is somewhat still around her. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I feel like it's like she's just trying to make an appearance back to kind of keep the momentum going. I don't get the sense that she's really trying to go for the same kind of fame and intensity she's had before. But definitely, if she's going to come back in the industry and she's going to make some records or make some moves, she definitely wants it to have some kind of traction. So I feel like it's really a situation where they're most mainly romancing each other and, working together and also like enjoying each other's company is what I do see. I feel like J.Lo is really open and swooned by his Casanova ways. Like I feel like how he is. It's like he's a person that he will make you feel like you're the only person in the world. Like he probably could charm the pants off of a nun. Like, you know what I mean? That's how deep this guy can get. So that's what I do see for them. I do feel like you're going to see them around together and stuff like that. It's funny because I'd be like, ugh, but I honestly feel like Rihanna is somewhat upset about it because I think she's kind of like, really, you know what I mean? Because regardless of when it comes to Rihanna, it's like if you make her feel like she's the only one, she wants to feel like she's the only one. And Drake has his ways, like when he deals with women, he makes every woman feel like they're the only one, where really it's like they're one of 20. You know what I mean? So, regardless of what, even if you're over Drake or you already know the game or you get what it is, it's like his ways are going to, like how he displays his affection with other women. Even if you're watching you move down, it's always going to rub you raw because you're going to feel like there's some kind of fakeness there. You're going to feel like there's some kind of fakeness there. You know what I mean? So I do feel like you're going to see, like, obviously them together in public. I do see it traveling. I'm not exactly sure if this relationship is going to be something that's long-lived. I get the number 3. So that could be 3 months, 3 years, or it could end in March. You know what I mean? Well, that's 3 months from now. But yeah, but I do get the number 3 when it comes to this relationship. So yeah, that's what I do see. So this is Celebrity Psychic Readings Relationship Edition with me, Star. Yeah, if I want to do something for the new year. So if you have any suggestions of what I should do for the new year when it comes to the House of Star channel, because I want to show my appreciation, please put your suggestions in the comment box as well. I'm almost at 1,000, guys. Well, not almost, but I'm close enough. So make sure that you actually share this page. Share this with everybody, that would be interested in seeing my readings and me and la-di-da-di-da-di. So yeah, also if you would like to get a reading with me, you know where to find me. My link to my Facebook page and my email address is in the description box. So that's it. That's the relationship reading on these 3 people. I do want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me tonight. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night.